What is up, everybody? Crypto Hedge here with another live stream update. This is going to be a fun live stream update. We're going to go over a bunch of things. We're going to go over the current market update. We're going to go over recent news, and I put together a few things that I wanted to go over as well when it comes to the historical charts and what is going to be coming in the future for Bitcoin. There's just so many exciting things to talk about. We're seeing mass adoption happen right in front of our eyes, and I think people haven't really noticed it because the prices haven't changed that much and we're seeing low volume. But I first wanted to start off with saying that at the beginning of this year, January 1st, we saw a $963 Bitcoin, now standing at $4,400. We saw some breakouts earlier today as well, probably like an hour ago. We saw Ethereum at $8.26 at the beginning of the year, and now it's sitting at $311. And Ripple was under a penny at the beginning of the year, and now it's 23 cents. Litecoin was $4.37, and now it is $52. And Monero was $13 at the beginning of the year, and now it is $91. And the most important one I want to touch base on is Dash. Dash was $11.26, and it's now $310, which is crazy. So Ethereum and Dash have just had explosive growth this year. Bitcoin, I mean, everything has had explosive growth this year, and we're going to talk about, are we going to see more explosive growth before the end of the year? I know I posted something on Twitter about prices, and I said to keep scrolling. There's nothing here, but I'm going to talk about that and explain it to you guys on why I'm really thinking that a $12,000 Bitcoin could be possible by the end of the year, especially since we've seen this crazy growth this year, especially for people that have been in the community for over a year. They have seen just craziness just this year alone. So I think that, a $12,000 Bitcoin is possible. And I did a lot of math yesterday trying to come up with these numbers. I'll show you guys the post right now on Twitter. We're going to go over a lot of stuff. It's going to get exciting. Sorry if I'm a little unorganized here. I'll just show you guys right here. So I posted this on Twitter, and it says 2017 at the top. And it says Litecoin $155, XRP, which is Ripple, $1, Bitcoin $12,993, Dash $921, and NEO, which would be $100. Now, NEO is one of these newer coins. It's not actually that new. I mean, it used to be called Ant Shares. I bought Ant Shares back when it was $6, and now it's sitting above, I think, $36. I think NEO just broke out too. But recently, we saw NEO has rebranded. We've seen explosive growth with NEO since the rebranding. I mean, I don't think anyone has seen such explosive growth in a long time as we've seen with NEO from the rebranding. And people are calling it the Chinese Ethereum. And some people don't like that people call it the Chinese Ethereum. People like to call it its own, platform. But it's very similar to Ethereum. So I'm trying to organize my thoughts because we're going to talk about so much stuff, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I really do think that this is a possibility, and you can't underestimate the fact that this is a possibility. Seeing these prices, let alone, Bitcoin was, $963 at the beginning of the year, and now it's sitting at $4,400. We're seeing a lot of interest coming to the cryptocurrency community. We've got hedge funds, big investors, big banks. We've got adoption happening. People aren't even noticing that this adoption is happening. So we're going to head over to the news. I'm going to check out the chat box to make sure that my live stream is running nice and smoothly. I don't know how many people we've got in the house right now, but what's up, guys? Ant Shares is NEO. Yes, I understand Ant Shares is NEO. What's up, Kevin? Nice to have you. After a short conversation with an associate who is 70 years old, got him involved with crypto and dumping much of his 403b into Bitcoin and Litecoin so earlier to convince of people of crypto hedge value. Absolutely. What's up, crypto? What's up, Flat Earth? We've got a lot of the loyal hedge family in the house today. Bullish into Monday. We just saw a breakout with Bitcoin, so I think that we're going to be testing the highs. We'll definitely get into that, guys. What's up, Danielle? What is up, guys? Alright, so we're going to head into the deets. We're going to go over the news real quick, then we're going to go over to everything else. So I'm going to try to keep it as organized as possible, so bear with me. Series Pro 75 for what, Series Pro? Alright, so we're going to get over to the business. Now, this is a great article. This was written on Business Insider. A former Goldman Sachs VP who founded a crypto hedge fund says betting on Bitcoin is like betting on the internet in the 90s. I think all of us have heard that or compared cryptocurrencies to the dot-com era, which is basically, I think cryptocurrencies is a lot bigger than dot-com era or dot-com boom. So he's kind of comparing it to that, and he's talking about how Bitcoin might not be the biggest and baddest coin, the best coin. It really is technology and software that has driven the cryptocurrency community, and we have 800 plus cryptocurrencies. He's talking about how Bitcoin is unstoppable. We've seen 450% this year at $4,400 per coin. We've seen interest from Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan. We've seen interest from Wall Street CEOs and also Goldman Sachs chairman. And it's only getting started, guys. I mean, we didn't have this kind of interest from big money before. This is incredible, guys. This is going to be explosive once this comes into its peak moment, and it hasn't even started yet. We have Ledger X. We have institutional money that's waiting to get in. We have Wall Street that's basically already here that's going to be getting into this field. So I know that we had this huge bull run this year for not only Bitcoin, but also the alternative coins. We've seen a huge bull run that was around May of this year. I'm sure everyone remembers that. And then a lot of people that are in the industry now got in during that time in May and probably bought a lot of tops and are either in the hole or they are have recovered their losses. But a lot of interest has been brought into the cryptocurrency community, and I think that we are pending a huge bull run. And I think that from today until the end of the year, I think that there's a lot of things in stores. And just like Charlie said, the ball is rolling, guys. So I think that we are going to start seeing a lot of green in the sea. So this is October. Last month we had a bear market. We had the fork that caused a lot of issues, and we saw a lot of downturn with Bitcoin. But everything, the future is clear. And I believe that people are becoming immune to these forks. They don't care about these forks. If anything, they think they're going to get free money from these forks. So I think that we have a clear slate. China has juiced as much FUD as they possibly can, and I think people are becoming fearless of China's FUD because China isn't the only country on Earth, and also people are getting fearless of the fork. So that's something to keep in mind, guys. The FUD is priced in, and a lot of people are trying to compare cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin to when a few years ago when Bitcoin Mt. Gox was hacked, and we saw like a huge basically like a bubble pop, if you will, with Bitcoin from the Mt. Gox incident, and we haven't had that happen again, and people can't really compare that to history repeating itself and Bitcoin going down to really low numbers because we haven't had a hack like that in a while. So for anyone that's trying to compare it to that, I think that it's a little bit delusional to compare Bitcoin to a really faulty incident that happened in the past, like Mt. Gox. So I don't think that's going to repeat itself. But this is a great article, so if you guys want to read this article, I'm going to leave it in the description. I don't have it in there right now, but this is worth a read because it makes complete sense. It's talking about how Bitcoin might not be the only cryptocurrency. It's talking about how this is going to be the next revolutionary era, like the dot-com boom, even bigger. I mean, this is a currency, guys. This is humongous. This is nothing to, to just dismiss. So that's why we're seeing such interest from these big names, big banksters, big money that want to get into this field. They're trying to get the SEC to approve it because they want to make this money too. If the general public is so interested in cryptocurrencies, they're using it as a hedge. They're getting fearful of the current economy. They're getting fearful of, a stock market crash. A lot of that stock, if the stock market does crash, a lot of that money is going to hedge into cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin. A lot of people are at unrest with the current financial system, fiat currency. The U.S. is in over $20 trillion in debt. There's going to be almost like an everything bubble pop eventually. Not just a specific industry with a bubble popping, but it's going to be like an everything bubble popping because really there's just so much debt and issues worldwide with the current financial system. So I think that cryptocurrencies are going to be booming. I am extremely bullish, like I've always said, but we're going to get into just so many other things as to why I'm so bullish. So give me a minute, guys. But yeah, guys, definitely read this article. It's fantastic. So, this is an article about SEC asked for 2 new Bitcoin ETF applications withdrawal. It's going to be temporary. Right here, Indian self-drive car rental firm beats Uber in Bitcoin adoption. So India is relatively new to cryptocurrencies, as we all know, and they are starting to show a lot of interest in cryptocurrencies, and they're starting to recognize it as a actual currency rather than the fiat currency of their country. And right here is a pretty awesome adoption article about India accepting it for the self-drive car rental firm, and it's beating Uber in Bitcoin adoption. Now, I think that there's going to be bigger and bigger e-commerce firms that are going to be accepting cryptocurrencies like Amazon or Alibaba or even Uber in the future. I think time will tell, and I think that it's a lot closer than most of us think, especially since we're seeing regulation take place, which is a good thing, because once regulation takes place, these bigger entities can get in successfully without legal issues. So, although Bitcoin isn't necessarily, it has the ability to be regulated, but to an extent it is. Right here, schools are officially accepting Bitcoin for tuition. Universities are embracing accepting Bitcoin for tuition. The Lucerne University of Applied Sciences and Arts in Switzerland, the latest school to adopt. If anything, it's another clear sign that cryptocurrency is here to stay. I mean, guys, it's happening before our eyes. I mean, we have seen low volume for Bitcoin for a little while now. And like I said, we've seen explosive growth with Bitcoin. But I think that we're seeing this low volume, but we're seeing a continuous uptrend, which I would believe it to be the general public continuously buying cryptocurrencies. The reason why we haven't seen such insane surges with cryptocurrencies in the past little time is because the big whales haven't jumped in, or new big whales haven't jumped in. So I think that's something to keep in mind. We are still on a full tilt uptrend, and I don't think anything is stopping it. But I think that we are waiting for the next bundle of big whales to get into this market, and it's going to be explosive once again. So that's really interesting stuff. I mean, we're seeing adoption right here. Bitcoin meets Netflix. Lao Lu, which I believe is a developer of the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network, segregated witness coins. Lao Lu is building a Lightning-powered app for that. Pretty interesting stuff. Netflix meets Bitcoin. That's pretty interesting. I read this article briefly. I tried to get into this live stream as soon as possible so it didn't get too late. But they're talking about SegWit and Lightning Network right here. The Lightning Network is now closer to launch, meaning apps that rely on the need to process high volumes of transactions could soon be built on the network. Now, we saw in May, and I already talked about May, we saw an altcoin party for cryptocurrencies. A lot of the alts blew up. And I think that we're going to see something similar to that, but it's going to be more geared towards more important coins. Now, the two types of coins that I'm focusing on for this next big bull run are the top 5 cryptocurrencies, which would be, I'm going to tell you guys right now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NEO, Litecoin, and Ripple. But not only those coins I think are going to be on this next big bull run, but I'm looking at SegWit coins like Decred, like Vertcoin, and a few other SegWit coins as well. So I think they're going to be very inclusive on this next big bull run for cryptocurrencies. It's not necessarily going to be like library credits or some of these very new coins like ARK. I don't have any ARK. I don't have any ARK. I'm not going to talk about ARK, but that's really what I think is going to happen on this next big bull run is SegWit coins. We have Lightning Network atomic swaps, which is going to further adoption and acceptability because of the ease of transactions. So focus on the SegWit coins, focus on the top 5 coins. I've been talking about Ripple. We're going to get into Ripple in a minute, but this is very interesting, guys. Bitcoin meets Netflix. A developer of the Lightning Network is developing a Lightning-powered app for that, which is really, really cool. I don't even think I read this article, so I'm not going to talk about it. Why Fidelity is mining Bitcoin and Ethereum. They say in the article that they are mining it to learn about cryptocurrencies. Fidelity Investments, big money, is starting to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, we're going to get into Ethereum too. Sorry if I'm jumping all over the place, but this is going to be a really fun live stream. One of the biggest cryptocurrencies, this is a CNBC article, one of the biggest cryptocurrencies topped its rivals last quarter, and you'll be surprised which one. So it says right here, Bitcoin was the top performing cryptocurrency out of the top 5 in the third quarter. Very true. But there are going to be coins that you can get into that are going to outperform Bitcoin, possibly like Ripple. So I do have Ripple, and I did tweet about it, and we're going to get into that. But this is just talking about how Bitcoin has topped its rivals last quarter, and its rivals would be Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Dash, or Monero. So that's an interesting article, and everything is bullish right now. If you go on Google and you just type in Bitcoin, search Bitcoin and news, everything is bullish. There's no FUD, there's no issues. All there is Jordan Belfort, who is relatively butthurt that that Bitcoin is going to be the next big thing. And, you know, if only Jordan Belfort was the ethical Wolf of Wall Street for cryptocurrencies, but no, he screwed people over on penny stocks. So that's that. But right here, this is where I started off the live stream. Bitcoin, and this is the historical snapshots on CoinMarketCap. It's very fun to look at this. I love time to time looking at the historical snapshots for cryptocurrencies, and this is from January 1st of 2017. This year has been explosive. Out of the years that I've been trading cryptocurrencies, this year has just been unbelievably explosive, just crazy. So January 1st of this year, like I said, Bitcoin 963, Ethereum 826. Litecoin didn't have the biggest growth out of the rest of these cryptocurrencies, the top 5 at least. So Litecoin was lagging behind. It was $4.37, and now it is $52. And Dash was $11, and now it is triple digits, well above triple digits, $310. So I think that Litecoin, this year, when we had the altcoin party in May, I think that Litecoin continued to grow while Bitcoin was correcting itself during the fork, maybe used as a hedge, which allowed it to keep its value. But we didn't see that much explosive growth with Litecoin. And I think that Litecoin will see explosive growth, especially because it's becoming more relevant. We have Lightning Network, atomic swaps. We have a packed roadmap for Litecoin. So just because Litecoin has not seen as much growth as some of these other top cryptocurrencies, I think that it's definitely going to be catching up, and I think that it will become explosive once we see these much anticipated technological developments be released on the Litecoin network. So keep that in mind, guys. But this is always fun to look at. CoinMarketCap.com, you can look at the historical snapshots, and you can see where we are right now, which is pretty interesting. A lot of growth. I didn't cover Bitcoin Cash because Bitcoin Cash was not a thing during January 1st. There was no second Bitcoin, so now we have, 4 Bitcoins now? Crazy. So I think that the main chain will always be the strongest, and we're always going to have these forks and whatnot, and I think people are becoming immune to it, they're fearless of it, etc., etc. So that is that, guys. Now we're going to get over to a few things that I saw on Twitter. I posted this, like I said, as a timestamp, so I want to come back to this at the end of the year to see where things are. And I'll tell you guys how I came up with these numbers in a little while. Very exciting stuff going on right now. Right here, this is pretty interesting. Charlie Lee, the man with the plan, retweeted this. Buying food, coffee, beer for all friends using Litecoin and Bitcoin at Hackers Congress in Polis, as they are not accepting cash, which is just so interesting. I mean, look at this, guys. Litecoin and Bitcoin being accepted. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. Litecoin is so prevalent right now, and it is... we need to see this growth. I think that we're going to see explosive growth with Litecoin out of a lot of these other cryptocurrencies relatively soon. So this is great stuff. I mean, we're seeing more and more adoption. It's getting so exciting, guys. Charlie Lee, the man with the plan. I mean, you can't go wrong. This is an interesting post. I posted this a few days ago, showing the opposition between two different groups of people that are for Bitcoin and people that are against Bitcoin. You can see Jordan Belfort, his butthurt self, is against Bitcoin. If I was going to take advice from anyone, it would not be Jordan Belfort. What on earth am I drinking? It's matcha tea, so it's not alcohol. But yeah, so Jordan Belfort is against Bitcoin, and Jamie Dimon is against Bitcoin, and he's also being sued, I believe, for manipulating the markets and also buying Bitcoin on that massive dip after manipulating the markets during the China FUD, with China banning exchanges, and now they're coming back with, oh, you guys heard us wrong. We're just going to be regulating the exchanges. So China's back in the game. China's going to be buying up cryptocurrencies relatively soon. They're coming out with regulated exchanges. BTCC will no longer be here, but we have 2 other exchanges that are going to be regulated by China. So they're back in the game. They never left. This is not the first time China banned Bitcoin. They've never really banned Bitcoin. It was just miscommunication from China to these other people that are juicing the FUD, these whales that like to juice the FUD. So and another good thing to keep in mind is that China was one of the larger countries or entities, if you will, that bought Litecoin. So that's why we saw such a significant drop in Litecoin. It went up to almost $100, if not $100, and dropped down back to sub levels following the uptrend line. So I think that was due in part because of China's exit a little bit, but also the psychological barrier of $100 Litecoin. I think that a lot of people sold off at the top there at $100 when it comes to technical analysis, but when it comes to the fundamental side, China was one of the larger purchasers of Litecoin. So I think that now that China's back in the game, they are going to be buying Litecoin for sure, and also they're going to be a high volume entity for the future once we see these regulated exchanges. So we've got China that's coming back in the game. We've got the US, big money entities getting in the game, institutional money getting in the game. We have Japan, which is going to be the next powerhouse for cryptocurrencies coming into the game, and we also have India, which is becoming bigger and bigger, and they're relatively new to the cryptocurrencies. So keep that in mind, guys. And then we have Morgan Stanley that is interested in Bitcoin. We have Fidelity Investments interested in Bitcoin, basically Wall Street interested in Bitcoin, and Goldman Sachs that is planning on creating their own exchange for cryptocurrency. So this is just insane stuff, and I think that, you know, people say buy the rumor, sell the news. I mean, I can't tell you how many rumors that we are seeing with cryptocurrency right now. But we're seeing a lack of volume because of the lack of whales at the current moment, because they're just waiting at the doorstep to get in. But I mean, there's so much to anticipate, not only from, you know, cryptocurrencies entirely, but from specific coins like Litecoin. I mean, Litecoin, there's so much on the roadmap. There's so many things for, you know, so many things to come for Litecoin. So that is definitely something to keep in mind, guys. Lot of things to come. Just so much things. What is this here? Let's see. Oh, I wanted to shout out Bullion Bully. He's one of my followers on Twitter. This is like the funniest tweet I've seen in a while. I guess he makes memes, but this is basically Bitcoin driving the golf cart, and you have Vertcoin, and you have Litecoin. So Litecoin's a little skinny there, and I think that what he's implying is that he sold all his Litecoin to get a big fat bag of Vertcoin. I don't know. It's kind of funny. So really funny stuff. I just want to shout out Bullion Bully, one of my loyal followers on Twitter and on YouTube. So shout out to you. And then what else do we want to look at here? Let's get over to the actual stuff that I want to go over. Oh yeah, so I'm going to talk about Ripple as well. I tweeted about it. It's kind of a funny tweet because it's so true. Right here, 17 hours ago, I posted that, like, on quote unquote, I hate Ripple, it's the bank's coin. And a lot of people are saying that, and you know how I look at it is money. If I'm going to make some money on Ripple, I'm going to buy Ripple. I know that it's the bank's coin, blah, 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 but you know what? I'm going to make money off of Ripple, and then if anything, I'll put that money that I make off of Ripple and put it into Litecoin. So I look at it as an opportunity, and I'm not going to be biased off of Ripple. And if, you know, same thing with Ethereum. If things come about with Ethereum to where I find interest in it, I'm going to buy Ethereum. But as of right now, that coin is Ripple. So I talked about Ripple when it was 47 Satoshis, and now it is like 55 Satoshis. So I did post a video on my YouTube that was titled Top 5 Cryptocurrencies for October, and Ripple is one that I definitely talked about in that video when it was at 47 sats. And I talked about a few other coins like XEM. I think XEM will eventually find support and explode, but Ripple, man, I think Ripple has a lot of things to come, especially for the month of October. We could see a new all-time high, and I'm going to show you guys the charts in a minute. And there's a reason why is Ripple so prevalent right now. Right here, because of the Swell Conference. The Swell Conference. This is going to be from October 16th to the 18th, and there are going to be it's going to be a huge conference geared towards big banks, big money. So if you look right here, Ben Bernanke, the chairman of the Federal Reserve System, is going to be at the conference giving a speech. Now, remember, this is not a conference, a big conference that has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, and Ripple is just a sponsor. This is a Ripple conference. So this is a lot bigger deal of just, you know, Ripple being a part of the conference or a sponsor of the conference. And then you have Sir Tim Berners-Lee, that is the inventor of the World Wide Web, that will also be there. So I think that hopping on the Ripple train is definitely a good decision. I have been on the Ripple train. And if you guys don't want to be on the Ripple train, by all means, let all the Ripple come to me so that I can get some profits, because I think that we could see a $1 Ripple by the end of the year. Yeah, I think that is definitely a possibility, especially if what I'm looking at is lining up perfectly, which it is. I think that is definitely a possibility. So there's a lot of big names that are going to be there, a lot of big money that's going to be there, and people always complain. This is what makes me giggle a little bit. People always complain about, oh my gosh, there's 38 billion in circulation, there's so much Ripple, holy crap, the price is never going to go up. Well, you know what you have to think of when you use your brain? You have to think of the fact that this is the bank's coin. The banks have a lot of money, so they can easily drop $10 billion like it's nothing, like it's whatever. So think about it in that manner and kind of, disregard the supply for Ripple. I mean, I know that there's a high supply for Ripple, but just keep that in mind, guys. A lot of money that can easily be implemented into Ripple, which would give it the explosive growth, possibly leading it up to $1 by the end of the year, which would come into tune with seeing this post right here that I posted on Twitter. Let me show you guys real quick. Right here, I posted this on Twitter, a $1 Ripple, and I think that the rest of the numbers could be relatively accurate by the end of the year if we do see this big anticipated bull run that I think that we're going to be coming into relatively soon. So if we see a $1 Ripple, we could see these other prices as well lining up quite perfectly, and the prices could differentiate. Litecoin could go much higher, especially since we're anticipating, Lightning Network, segregated witnesses already been on Litecoin Network, but atomic swaps, just a lot of things. So I think that this is definitely something to think about, but obviously I'm not expecting these numbers, but I do expect some good growth by the end of the year for cryptocurrencies. I know people are saying, last month everyone was saying, I think that, we could see a $6,000 a $5,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, $5,000 Bitcoin. We hit $5,000 Bitcoin not too long ago. So I think that we underestimated the fact that it could hit $5,000, and I think that we're underestimating the fact that Bitcoin could be $12,000 by the end of the year. So I'm not going to underestimate it, and I'm going to keep this as a timestamp on Twitter. Could I be completely wrong? Absolutely, I could be completely wrong. But am I going to be, losing my ass if I am wrong? No, because I expect the prices to go up by the end of the year regardless, but it would be nice to have this on my timestamp on Twitter just to look back at it and see that maybe the numbers were close. We have John McAfee saying that Bitcoin is going to be $500,000 by 2022 or whatever. So there's a lot of growth to come, guys, and just don't disregard that. And I'm very happy that we have people that really got to see the bear market for the alternative coins and also for Bitcoin as well. But they need to not be afraid now, because I think that we're going to be entering into that bull market that they missed out on and bought the top of when they first heard about it and got into the cryptocurrency market. So definitely stick with it. I am looking forward to a lot of growth by the end of the year for cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to get over to, so this is the Swell Conference. I'm not missing out on it. I've got a ton of Ripple on my Ledger Nano S right now. I took it off the exchanges, and I'm very excited for that. So yep, that's me. I know I talk bad about Ripple all the time, but I'm gonna make some profit. That's why I'm here. So let's see what else we got to do here. We have a lot of this is the Ripple Twitter, and you've got so many big names. Ripple is gonna blow up. That's all I gotta say, guys. That's all I gotta say. So we're gonna get over to Bittrex. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about real quick when it comes to why I think that we're gonna be entering into just another big era of a bull market by the end of the year. I'm going to talk to you guys about why I think that, because a lot of this has to do with May of this year. We saw explosive growth with not only Bitcoin but the alternative coins, and the alternative coins rallied with Bitcoin while Bitcoin was growing in May. And then after that point, we saw Bitcoin drop quite a bit from the fork fear, and Bitcoin dropped to $1,700, and the alternative coins really fell deep from that crash, and a lot of those coins never woke up, namely like Sia coin never woke up. It just kind of has been sleeping, and who knows, maybe it'll continue to sleep. It's almost at zero, so I'm not sure what Sia coin is going to do, but Sia coin is definitely a coin that I had during that May bull market, and a lot of coins, like I said, have not woken up from. Stratus is one of them. Stratus hasn't woken up. NXT hasn't woken up. Library Credits has not woken up. So there's just a lot of coins that have not woken up since this crazy time that we had after May, which was like a pretty big crash for the alternative coins. So we're going to get into that in just a minute. And we're going to talk about TradingView. I want to get on to TradingView. Definitely something to talk about there. What are the prices right now? We saw Bitcoin went up pretty good in the past few hours. We're going to talk about Vertcoin, Ripple, Bitcoin, and Litecoin in just a minute, guys. I'm gonna go get a glass of water because I'm getting like dry mouth like crazy. So bear with me, stay tuned. You're not gonna want to miss out what I'm gonna talk about in this next section of this live stream, because it's gonna make sense and it's gonna be very interesting, and hopefully it'll give some peace of mind to some of you people that might be negative on your investments. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about which coins I think are gonna have the most growth, and etc. etc. So let me go get a glass of water. I'm going to turn the screen off real quick, and then I will be back in like probably less than a minute. So hold on one moment, guys. What's up, guys? I am back in business. I'm going to check out the chat box briefly just to make sure everything's running well. And if you guys, I'm just going to see what you guys are talking about in the chat box before we get on to this next part, which is going to be awesome. By the way, guys, this is green, and it's green tea, basically, so people are asking what I'm drinking. The Vertcoin is kind of high to buy now. I'm going to tell you guys about Vertcoin, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna cover Vertcoin for you guys. It was a good time to buy Vertcoin when it was 39 cents when your boy got in. I got in at 40 cents, yes. So, what's up, Chrissy Den? What's up, Morse Code? We got the whole Hedge family here right now. What's up, Metal Gear? I have a Vertcoin next all-time high at $1.80. I think that the next psychological barrier for Vertcoin is going to be $2, but even at that point, like I said, I think we're going to see explosive growth. I'm feeling heavy on that. I don't think that cryptocurrencies are in anything but a bubble. Oh my gosh. And you cannot compare it to the Mt. Gox era or point of time that we saw the big hack with Mt. Gox, where we saw a huge crash in the markets. You cannot compare it to that because that hasn't happened. Until that happens again, I guess you could say history repeats itself, but unless we see another Mt. Gox incident, I don't think that we're going to see something like that. So I think it's only going to go up from here. I think it will be a bumpy ride on the way, but when is it not a bumpy ride? When is Bitcoin not volatile? When is cryptocurrency not volatile? I mean, so with CMB saying it's going to be a, brace for volatility, like, oh yeah, like, yeah, big surprise, oh, the volatility, nothing's new to me with the volatility. I think all of us here have seen the volatility, guys. So, I do like Litecoin. We're going to talk about Litecoin. I'm very excited for Litecoin. Good time to buy Vertcoin. We'll look at Vertcoin. I think that there's still growth for Vertcoin on a technical standpoint, but on the fundamental standpoint, I think that Vertcoin has a long ways to go up, like up, like really high, especially because of the fact that it is it has Lightning Network. It's going to have atomic swaps. It's going to be basically a rival to Litecoin in a sense. And it's very cheap still, and it has the same supply as Litecoin. So we're going to talk about that. I will get into that real quick. We're going to talk about Ethereum, and I mean, Ethereum, I'm not against Ethereum, and I think that Ethereum has a rival, hence NEO. So I think that NEO will have a lot of growth. I don't hate Ethereum, I just don't have any Ethereum, and I'm not really, I guess, the guy to anticipate talking about Ethereum, but that's just my take on Ethereum. I think Ethereum has had a lot of issues. They failed to implement, a secure smart contract. They've had a total chaotic period with these ICOs. It's like an ICO epidemic. So I think that we have to take an account with those things, and until they until they step back and fix those issues, I think that my perspective on Ethereum is going to stand, and I think that I would be favoring NEO more than Ethereum at this current time, current period of time. So if things come out about where he is interested in Ethereum, he would buy, but that ain't happened. Yeah, I don't have any Ethereum, guys. And I'm not hating on Ethereum. I don't have any. So, and yeah, like I said, with Ripple, you guys have heard me say it with Ripple multiple times. You know, I am against Ripple. I am still against Ripple. But me as an investor, me as someone that is here to make lots of money, and I see the potential for Ripple, and it has just woken up. I mean, if you look at the 1 week MACD and RSI, it looks like it's just going to be explosive. So I am going to be definitely riding along that ride for Ripple to make money. So that's just, you know, if you guys don't want to make money, I don't know why you're in the cryptocurrency space, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to make money, but also I'm here because I believe in the tech and development of specific coins. I don't believe in Ripple at all, but I have it because I think that it's going to definitely have gains. So I don't really want to defend my my stance on that. So we're gonna get into what I'm talking about real quick. Crypto Hedge is removing the politics from his trading with Ripple. Exactly. So I'm removing the politics with Ripple being the bank's coin and all of that stuff, the centralization. I'm removing that aspect, and I'm going to buy it because of the technical side and fundamental side to an extent because of the Swell Conference that is going to have big names. And I'm going to take those profits from Ripple, and I'm going to put those profits in the coins that I believe in for the long term. So I'm going to go over to Ripple right now, and I'm going to show you guys something that I talked about in a previous live stream through the history for Ripple. So this is just a technical standpoint, but of course keep in mind that we have the fundamental side too, or the events that are going to be coming. So if you scroll out on the 1 day, I mean, I should go over here real quick. Let me see if we can go over here. All right, right here. So what I would compare this to, which I noticed actually during the live stream that I was talking about the top 5 picks, right here I would compare it to this. I'm going to take out the marker. I'm going to change the color of it so that you guys can see what I'm drawing. So I would compare this right here to the current point in time that we're at right now with Ripple. Now I know that we are retracing a little bit with Ripple, which is expected. I would compare it to like right here. Let me pull out the arrow right here. So I would compare it to that being where we are. You can see the fib retracement. The first goal would be at like 87 sats for Ripple if you were going to be getting into it. Now I think that we could very well pass this 87 sat and be testing the all-time high of Ripple, potentially going above the all-time high and breaking into a new all-time high for Ripple, which is definitely a possibility, especially with the events coming up. But right here around this time frame is literally the last time that we saw a huge altcoin party for cryptocurrencies, the explosive growth in alternative coins. I mean, we can go over to multiple different coins. We can look at, what's another coin that we can look at? See if we can pull up XEM so I can show you guys what I'm talking about with XEM. Whatever. So we'll just get back to this. So Ripple, I would compare it to that. And I also think that it's going to probably pass 87 sats or 8,000 sats, 8,500 sats. I think that we could potentially see an all-time high, or we'll be testing the all-time high right here. So this is a very good thing to look at. Now, if you go to the 1 week right here, look at this. This is just so crazy. History repeats itself. It's pretty insane, and within 1 year as well. So Sarah Goldberg has a right to share an opinion. Mods need to back up. Absolutely. Don't let Sarah express her opinion. The only time I want people to have their their chats to be deleted is if it's like just total utter BS. But if she has a point, absolutely leave it there. I like to see constructive criticism. Absolutely. You know, I'm here doing live streams for you guys. So, all right. So you guys can see this is on the 1 week. Now, if we go right here, let's pull up the RSI and also let's pull up right here, moving average right here. So let's look at this. Looks like Ripple, and even the on-balance volume has definitely spiked if we pull up the OBV, but it looks like we're going to be repeating ourselves, possibly testing the all-time high for Ripple, which is just absolutely incredible. So I'm definitely going to be riding that train, guys. Of course, we're seeing a little bit of correction, but I would be BTFD. I would be buying that dip for Ripple because I think that there's just a lot of growth to come, and I definitely have a nice percentage of it in my portfolio right now. So keep that in mind for Ripple. Now, this is a location that we're going to keep an eye on for the next parts of this live stream right now. So let's get back to the 1 day right here. Okay, so this is a time period I'm looking at. We have XEM. We're going to go check out XEM right now so that I can show you guys what I'm looking at. And also, we'll look at Bitcoin too. I think Bitcoin's waking up. Now, Bitcoin, we'll get to Bitcoin too. I'm going to tell you guys the scenarios that I think are going to happen for Bitcoin. Because we saw a lot of neutrality with the markets, and I think that it's basically a calm before the storm incentive. So I think that things are going to be waking up relatively soon. So we're only 46 minutes into this live stream. That's awesome. We've knocked a lot of stuff out. Let me go to this is XEM, so we're going to go to the 1 day on XEM. Now, XEM has held its value pretty well compared to XRP. XRP was almost like a ultra pump and dump when we saw it in May. Right here, this would be like May. We saw it pump up really high, and it slowly just fell right back down to baseline and found support. So that didn't really happen with XEM. So let me pull up XEM. So XEM is right here. This is the 1 day for XEM. It's actually held a lot of its value, and we already went over XEM. It's the Japanese cryptocurrency. Japan is going to be the next powerhouse for cryptocurrencies. So I think that we're going to see some nice growth with XEM in the near future. It looks like it might be finding support at this level right here where it's at. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping. But right now, it's definitely on my watch list. I did decrease my holdings of XEM for a small amount of time, and I put it into XRP as a hedge. But I will be getting back into XEM once I have a bullish confirmation. But we have a conference coming up for XEM. We have multiple things coming for XEM in October, so keep an eye out for that. Now, if we look right here in May, we saw explosive growth with XEM. Now, I think that history is going to repeat itself, and we're going to see the same thing happen with XEM and a lot of these other alternative coins. XEM is a high cap coin. It's one of the more relevant coins in comparison to maybe ARK. ARK is a new coin, so I wouldn't really compare ARK to this when I'm coming to the point that history is going to be repeating itself. Now, I think that there's a lot more bullishness currently with XRP, which is Ripple, than there is with XEM. But I think XEM will absolutely wake up. Now, we can look at multiple coins. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to go to the 1 day charts on a bunch of coins just to show you guys that May of this year was a huge time for alternative coins and Bitcoin. The alternative coins actually rallied with Bitcoin. So I'm going to pull up, what should I pull up next? Let's pull up Stratus. Stratus would be one to look at. Stratus is one of those coins that never woke up from the last small bull run that we had. And look, Stratus is waking up right now at the current moment. So we can see right here, May of this year, we saw just a massive surge and rally with Bitcoin. Now it fell all the way back down to baseline, and I think that Stratus could be one of those coins that takes another massive bull run this year. And we can go over to, what else can we go to? We can go to, what, NXT. NXT starting to wake up. Let's go on the 1 day for NXT. Right here, May of this year, right here, we saw a massive bull run, and then it fell below baseline, fell quite a bit, and it looks like NXT is waking up. So a lot of these coins are waking up, and they're going to have just massive growth, but my personal focus, and I'm just putting out there, is the top 5 coins, top cap coins. My biggest holdings are Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple. I have NEO now. I have a little bit of XCM. I'm planning on increasing my bag. So my main focus are these top cap coins and also segregated witness coins like Litecoin or Vertcoin and Decred. I think that they're going to have big growth in the coming short-term time frame by the end of the year, especially since the next big technological focus on cryptocurrencies is the Lightning Network. That's a huge thing people are anticipating, not only for the Segwit coins, or not just Segwit coins, but for not only Decred, Vertcoin, and Litecoin, but Bitcoin as well. So that's going to be a huge revolutionary change for cryptocurrencies. Knowing that Bitcoin already has Segwit, you should be focusing on the Segwit coins. Like Vertcoin, I've been shilling Vertcoin, quote unquote, since 40 cents, and I have a fat bag of that stuff, and I'm very happy that they're going to be on the Ledger Nano S soon, because I can't wait to put it in cold storage. I have it all on, like, the provided wallets, like the Core wallet and the Electrum wallet as well. So, yeah, so a lot of these coins, like I said, haven't woken up since this massive bull run in May, and a lot of people got into the cryptocurrency community after that bull run because everyone was talking about cryptocurrencies because we saw this explosive growth in the market and people were buying tops. And unfortunately, a lot of people lost money from buying those tops. So now would be a good time to, I think personally, to not buy the top and buy low for a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So we can see a lot of these coins are going to start waking up. Now, Litecoin is a little bit of a different scenario. Let's get over to, let's go to, this is Ripple. This is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 44.42, and we can compare if May of this year, this is May of this year right here. We're going to compare it to, you don't lose money until you sell, absolutely. But it sucks for people that bought the top. It's not fun to have to ride the wave all the way down and not sell. At least sell. The best thing would be to do if you're in a loss and you anticipate and you know what you're doing when you're trading and you know that it's going to go down further, I would sell and then buy back at a lower price even though you're at a loss at that sell. So here's May of this year. We saw explosive growth with Bitcoin, but also keep in mind we have the alternative coins that rallied with Bitcoin as well. So very interesting stuff. We'll get to Bitcoin in a minute. I want to get over to Litecoin. So Litecoin is starting to wake up. Yeah, right here. No, I want to look at this. All right, so this is Litecoin, guys. Litecoin is sitting at $52.56. We see that Litecoin broke out just recently past 52. I think the next target for Litecoin would be at $56 to $57. Hopefully we can break through that and possibly start testing the previous resistance and possibly testing the all-time high, which is what I'm anticipating. But we can see that Litecoin broke out a little bit, and I think that it's going to continue to move up, testing $57. Hopefully we don't see too much of a retracement from this level, and maybe we can break out of there and start testing, like I said, the all-time highs. So I'm excited for Litecoin. I do think that it's going to continue its way up. I think that the volume is increasing, and I think that we will be testing the high soon. So I think that buying low, selling high would be definitely a coin like Litecoin, especially since China's getting back in. China was a big buyer, big volume percentage of Litecoin. So I think that the coin is going to go up in value, and I know a lot of people bought the tops of Litecoin. I have so many people that have told me they bought it at $70, they bought it at $90, which is crazy. But now that we're at a low, hopefully you guys didn't sell. I think that we are going to be moving up for Litecoin. And you guys can see this is my 39-day forecast. I told you guys that it was extended. So you obviously can see that past this first target right here, we're already past that. I think within 10 days, we'll start heading back up to test the highs. But I do think that this is going to be, whether or not we're on the same exact time frame, I think that we will test the highs, and then we will see a retracement before going into a new all-time high for Litecoin. So that's my take on Litecoin right now. Although the time frames weren't exact, which is all right. You know, nobody's going to be exact 100% of the time. But the good thing to keep in mind is that we're not going down. We're not seeing further retracement of Litecoin, which is a good sign. So we're just seeing some, very low volatility, low volume, a steady increase at this point right now. And I think that we'll start heading up shortly, fairly soon. So especially with the long-anticipated implementation of Lightning Network and atomic swaps. So keep that in mind, guys. So I'll probably be doing another forecast that will be different than this forecast, so that, yeah, that's what I'll probably do. I'll probably make a new forecast so that we can follow the new forecast rather than this one, since obviously we passed that target here. So, what is Bitcoin at right now? So Bitcoin broke out past $4,400, and I think that Bitcoin will either, I think the first target for Bitcoin is $4,600. Now, we could very well test the all-time high for Bitcoin and then see a little bit of a retracement. Now, when we do test this all-time high, I'm starting to think that when Bitcoin tests the all-time high, the retracement is not going to be significant enough to be swing trading. So I won't be swing trading when we test the all-time high, because I just don't think that it's going to be worth the swing, in my opinion. I think that this is just one scenario. Now, if we test the all-time high and we retrace a little bit, then I think it's going to be a rocket ship. And then if the second scenario is that we don't even test the all-time high and we just break out into a new all-time high, which is the second scenario for Bitcoin. So I'm very bullish. Obviously, we are definitely, we are not necessarily neutral right now anymore. We are actually moving more on to the bullish side. So, like I said, testing the all-time high, maybe a little bit of retracement. I'm looking like, I think that when we test the all-time high, and if we do have a little bit of retracement, it'll be like a 5% retracement, and then we'll break into a new all-time high is what I'm feeling. That's what I'm banking on right now. And if anything, we might not even have that 5% retracement, and we might just break into a new all-time high. So I'm going to get into why I think that we could see a $12,000 Bitcoin now. I'll tell you guys right now. And a lot of people want to compare. I'll show you guys something that people want to compare real quick. People are comparing Bitcoin to this level and this level. Now, as much as I want to compare it, the puzzle pieces are just not lining up. They're not lining up. So for me to be comparing this with this would be a little bit of an outstretch. It would be a little bit of an outstretch. So I think that if you were going to compare this, you should be anticipating a new all-time high for Bitcoin at this current moment, because people want to compare it and they want to point out to these specific locations for Bitcoin. They think that we are at this level right here and this level right here for Bitcoin. So, I mean, hey, more power to you. I think that would be awesome if we could see some growth like that. That would lead us to percentage base. That would lead us to yeah, like an $8,000 Bitcoin in the next like month and a half. So hey guys, that seems pretty awesome if we can have an $8,000 Bitcoin in the next short period of time. But seems a little crazy. Seems a little crazy. But I'm gonna show you guys what I'm comparing to right now. And I talked about this in a previous live stream. I don't know if it was a private live stream with the Crypto Campus Club, or I talked about it on my channel, but I've been comparing it to this area right here. And I'm someone that, like I've said multiple times, people do this, other people don't. I like to look at the history charts, the historical charts, to maybe solidify my judgments off of all the rest of the indicators that I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Now, where would I compare? And this also comes into tune with, right here, so let's see. I'm going to compare it to this level right here. Well, let me look at Ripple right now, because it compares to Ripple as well. And Vertcoin. We'll look at Vertcoin in a second. NXT is waking up. NXT is going to go on a bull run, I believe. But I don't have any of it. So so Ripple, right here. We would be at this point right here, so like 5-1. 5-1 for Bitcoin. Let's go over to Bitcoin. Okay, yeah, right here. So this is where I would presume that we are in this area right here for Bitcoin. We saw the retracement, and then we are just consolidating a little bit until the next move up, which would bring us to a new all-time high, but then we'll see a retracement after that new all-time high. But this is what I'm looking at right now, and I think that the altcoins are going to wake up. They're going to rally with Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you guys why I think that we could see a $12,000 Bitcoin. You guys ready for this? This is just a timestamp. Obviously, if we don't see a $12,000 Bitcoin, I'm not going to be butthurt. You know, I could care less because I think that it's still going to go up in value. But let's just go right here. 72%. Actually, let's go right here. That's crazy. Right here. So 85%, 35 days. Right here. If we were to compare it to that from this point of time right here, and all coins line up to that specific time period. It's not just Ripple. It's XEM. It's library credits. It's NXT. It's all these other coins that had a huge bull run in May, and I think that we could possibly see history repeat itself in that short of a period of time. So if we were supposed to see 85% growth, let's say if we see 200% growth right here in 117 days. Let's say that this happens. Let's just say it happens. Now, I spent hours coming up with this conclusion, so I probably won't be covering everything that made me come up with this conclusion, but there's a lot of components that I put into place to come up with this idea. But yeah, so you can see right there, $12,000 Bitcoin. If we do end up seeing this altcoin party that we saw in May, and then we saw this explosive growth with another 2 waves, starting the first wave right here, could bring us to a potentially $12,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. You know, anything can happen. Nobody has a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball. But this would be pretty exciting to see that we have a $12,000 Bitcoin that I need. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to repeat myself a million times, but even I said, you know, I could see a $5,000 or $6,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. A lot of people thought $5,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, and we saw a $5,000 Bitcoin within weeks of most people saying that. So, not underestimating the end of the year for Bitcoin, we could see a $12,000 Bitcoin. It's possible. Is it probable? Not necessarily, but from looking at what I've been looking at, I really went deep into this. I spent probably like 6 hours of my time coming up with this theory, if you will. So I think that it's possible. And especially you got the big money. We went over everything that's coming in. Right now with cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of anticipation for cryptocurrencies at the current moment. So $12,000 Bitcoin. And now if we saw a $12,000 Bitcoin, Litecoin's different. Litecoin's different because if we go over to here, the May of this year for Litecoin, it saw continuous growth, but then we saw even higher growth with Litecoin, so it never died down. Litecoin never lost its value as opposed in comparison to a lot of these other cryptocurrencies. So I think that Litecoin, once I make my profits with Ripple, I'm probably going to sell my Ripple and put it into Litecoin. So Ripple, Richard Hart thinks it will be 20K by the end of the year. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I love to hear other people's opinions, and you know, some people think I'm crazy, but I'm really not, because you cannot underestimate the market. Bitcoin is not in a bubble, and it's just getting started, and I think that there's so much more attention getting placed on Bitcoin. So I think by the end of the year, I'm not going to say a $20,000 Bitcoin, but I do think that we're going to see, actually it's, according to my note right here, it's $12,993. So let's put that up a little bit. We don't want to cut it short. So if we saw 200% growth with Bitcoin from now until basically how long is this? Let's see. This is not going to be precise, so calm down, all the precise Nazis out there. This is not supposed to be precise. This is just a this is just what I'm looking at, and I'm trying to map this out quickly because I didn't save it. So if we were at this point right here, like 200% growth in 115 days, we could see Ripple hit the all-time high in like 21 days, and I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but whatever. So let's see, 200% in 119 days. So that would bring us to past the end of the year, actually. So let's see. 119 days right here. So 200% in 119 days. That would bring us to February of next year. February of next year. If we were supposed to, precisely map this out. Let me see. May, yeah, so if we were going to precisely map this out, we could see almost a $13,000 Bitcoin by the second month of next year, which is just absolutely incredible. We're seeing continuous growing waves with Bitcoin, and I really wouldn't be surprised if we see a $13,000 Bitcoin either by the end of the year or by January or February of next year. So that's definitely exciting stuff right there. Now we're gonna go over. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but it's fun to be doing a live stream while Bitcoin is going parabolic. So let's look at XRP real quick. Yeah, so this is XRP. Let's get over to this. I'm gonna go to the 1 day. This is the 1 day. So if I was supposed to map this out for Ripple, if we were going to precisely compare it to the historical charts, which I don't base everything off the historical charts, like ever. I like to take a bunch of different things, put it together, and then come up with a conclusion. So historical charts aren't the only thing that I base my decisions off of. So let's go right here. So 17 days, basically, maybe even less, we could possibly be testing the all-time highs. Now, what's today's date? Today's October 7th. So by the end of this month, we could be testing the all-time highs for Ripple, and that would not necessarily be the case for Litecoin, I believe. And we have the Swell concert that's going to be this month. When is the date again? October 16th, October 18th. You guys, I'm feeling an all-time high for Ripple. So I'm staying in that, and I think that if history is going to repeat itself, we could see this surge and possibly a nice sell-off with Ripple, like we've seen multiple times. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. That's why I'm riding the train with Ripple. There's multiple other reasons as well, looking at indicators and also the fundamental side that we just went over. Yeah, Bitcoin doesn't look like it's stopping, which is fun. I'm so excited. I'm excited. Litecoin's making its way back up, which is really fun to watch. It's following this trend line. We fell out of it. We fell out of it, sadly. But it looks like it's continuing to follow that trend line. And I made this analysis a month ago. A lot of you guys were here when I made it. So Bitcoin to the moon. Yeah, Bitcoin to the moon. We could see even more explosive growth. We could see a $20,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, like someone said. Richard Hart said. I don't know if I think that it's a possibility. It could be higher than 20,000 by the end of the year. I don't know. I'm just looking at the historical charts and doing the numbers, and I think a $12,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year is a possibility. How much pullback you think from now? I wanted to get in badly. For which coin, Cigar? Sorry if I mispronounced your name. There's other things that I wanted to go over as well. Oh yeah, I was really upset. I checked my Vertcoin core wallet and I had no mining payments for a full 24 hours. And I was so upset. I was like, where are all my mining payments? And I go over to the computer that I have running 24/7 mining Vertcoin. And the mining CMD file, the BAT file, it failed, so it wasn't running anymore. The miner wasn't running anymore, so I basically wasted 24 hours of time that I could have been mining Vertcoin. So I just reset it up, and it's mining Vertcoin again at about 14 mega hash. So that really upset me. You guys know that I love my Vertcoin. Yeah, Litecoin is starting to pop up. It's popping. It's popping. So yeah, we already went over why the low volume. I think that the general public is continuously buying Bitcoin all over the world, and we're waiting for big whales to come into the market, which they are going to be coming relatively soon, I believe. Last big bull run was in May, so I think the altcoins are going to pop up. They're going to wake up. You can make a lot of money on those altcoins if we are indeed ending up repeating what we saw in May. Yeah, look at that. So my analysis actually was off by a few days. Now, if we took this analysis, so this is 528. Now, if we went back, it would still line up with testing the all-time high with Litecoin, so I'm expecting that. But yeah, so my main focus, and it's always going to be this way, is the top 5 cap coins and also the segregated witness coins. So bam, 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 that's what I'm thinking. Of course, you can get into some of these other coins like Stratus or whatever, Steam and some of these other coins that are NXT that will probably see some massive gains if that's what we're seeing with Bitcoin taking on and Ripple taking on this massive bull run. So there's going to be percentage gains that you can get with these cryptocurrencies, and I think that Ripple is going to be one that you can get a lot of gains from. I think that Litecoin long term for sure. I'm hodling Litecoin for sure. I think Vertcoin is going to have a lot of gains. I think that NEO is going to have a lot of gains. LTC, XRP, BTC, Dash, NEO, I think that they're in for some big gains. And like I said, the Segwit coin. So, yeah, that's really what I'm looking at, guys. I'm feeling the bull run. It's going to be massive, and $12,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year, guys. Oh man, that's just crazy. So you guys know the two scenarios, and I've already said it multiple times. We could test the all-time high and have like a 5% retracement, or we can just break out into a new all-time high. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. That is what I'm looking at. I'm going to check out the chat box briefly. If you guys are just tuning in to watch everything that I just talked about, I'm just going to be chatting in the chat box for now, and then I'm going to be tuning out. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel, and also follow me on Twitter. I'm very active on Twitter. We have just recently created a Crypto Campus Club, which is a private trading group that's focused on education, and it's focused on, we're going to be making long-term calls, profit potential, big profit potential calls, short-term calls, swing trading. We're going to be doing all of that stuff in the Crypto Campus Club. I think we have 160 members right now in the club. I still have people that have been DMing me that I have yet to answer to get them into the club. But if you have interest, just DM me on Twitter, and I'd be happy to get you into it. Or you can DM Jeffrey, Daytrade Jeffrey, who I've partnered up with for this journey with the Crypto Campus Club. We're waiting for the website to be finished and stuff like that. But you can reach out to him, which I'll show you guys his Twitter handle, Daytrade Jeffrey. You guys reach out to him, or you can reach out to me. So I'm going to chat in the chat box and then answer your guys' questions, and I'm going to head out of here. Just like the silver boom. What's up, everybody in the chat box? What's up, Andrew Song? It's nice to have you. More like implode. That's how good coins roll. So you've got a lot of these coins that exploded that are fairly new. I'll go over to Bittrex right now. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm so excited for Ripple. That is going to be some exciting gains. But you have coins like Elastic. You've got coins like ARK. You've got coins... I mean, I could literally name a handful of coins. Omizgo, ARK. What else? Internet of People. What else? Elastic. Token Card. PivX relatively. Civic. All those coins, Rise is another one of them. All of those coins were really taking on bull runs when after all of these altcoins that were relevant in May took the bull run and started the dip. So that's why I'm not focused on any of these coins. I'm not focused on ARK. I'm not focused on PivX at the moment. I'm not focused on Civic. I'm not focused on Omizgo. I'm not focused on Rise. That's just my decision. I'm not focused on those coins. I'm focused on the coins that I'm currently invested in, and I think that they're going to have a lot of growth in the near future. So that's my opinion. It's kind of like Chaincoin, Chaincoin went up when Bitcoin was taking a massive fall, and then Chaincoin just went to the ground. So I think that a lot of these coins are not going to be pumping up on this next bull run. Now, keep in mind that there's going to be some of these coins that I just named that I'm not invested in that will have massive gains, and they're going to grow with the coins that grew in May. But I'm not going to gamble with that. I'm going to get into the coins that I've been following the past few years since I started trading cryptocurrencies, that have definitely followed each other precisely. They've been relevant in their top cap coins. So that's my take on it, guys. So focus on Walton Coin. Walton Coin's another one of those coins, just like it's like an ARC coin. So those are relatively new coins, and some of them, I'm not saying Walton Coin's not going to grow on this next big bull run, but I'm just not going to take a gamble. That's just my opinion. Do I think Vertcoin $3 by the end of the year? I think that's probable. Not even possible. I think a $3 Vertcoin by the end of the year could very well happen. Right here, let's go over the Vertcoin. Yeah, we didn't talk about Vertcoin. Let me go over to Vertcoin. Yeah, look at NXT is really waking up right now. This is actually pretty exciting. I'm not in NXT, but I might chase this bad boy and start making some profits with NXT. I'm not sure. Definitely thinking about it. It's definitely growing. And you can see this coin hasn't woken up since the May bull run. And it looks like it's starting to wake up. Alright, so Vertcoin has been... I'm sorry for not covering Vertcoin, guys. You've been in NXT, it's a keeper. NXT is one of those coins, buy low, sell high. I was really anticipating on getting into NXT. I know I talked about it on my channel for the people that stick around for my entire live streams. And unfortunately, I didn't get into it before it woke up, which sucks. Totally sucks, man. Totally sucks. So that's a total example of buy low, sell high. Total example. Like if you guys bought down here, where it found support right here, man, kind of sad I didn't get into that. But I'm glad I got into Ripple at 47 sats, and I hope some of you guys got into it as well. Now, Vertcoin has been following a precise price channel, and I think that the next stop for Vertcoin could possibly be like 38,000 sats. 38,000 sats, which would be like roughly could be like a $2 Vertcoin, and I think that's going to be a psychological barrier, so we'll see a little bit of a retracement falling out of this price channel until we see further highs, but I think Vertcoin is definitely going to wake up, and it's definitely going to have gains. Holy, it is definitely on my long-term hodl bag list, so keep that in mind. We saw a little bit of retracement with Vertcoin. I think that we're going to start heading up now with Vert. Let's go over to the 4 hour. Yeah, I think Vertcoin's waking up. Let me delete that. Total rise, man. Rise, rise, rise. Let's see, let's see. Look at this. We're seeing a sufficient, and consistent rise with Vertcoin. I think it's going to continue to rise. And like I said, I think that we're probably going to be going to like 38,000 sats, which would be my first goal. Target. If I was going to swing, that would be my first target at the current moment. It looks like Vertcoin is starting to head back up. We have a bullish divergence with Vertcoin, so this would be, a time that I would buy my Vertcoin if I was going to be getting in. So definitely had a reversal there. So Vertcoin is I think Vertcoin is one of those coins that's going to have crazy gains in the next year. It's going to be one of those coins that people wish they got into, especially with, the tech and development that it has. Great team. Thank you, CryptoCurbit. I'm going to make you a moderator. I appreciate your support. Holy Pivex. Stick with what you heard me say. What's up, Morse Code? Don't beat yourself up. I just been in it about a week, but been watching it about 2 weeks. LOL, it's not totally noon yet. I don't have any NXT. I will definitely announce it on Twitter if I do get some NXT. But I did tell you guys my top 5 picks in that video, which was XEM, Ripple, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Vertcoin. Those are my top 5 picks, not only for October, but really I think for, yeah, well, Ripple I think will shoot up really fast, and then it will probably retrace quite a bit. We'll have to wait and see. Things change, targets change. You go in with a plan, and sometimes the plan changes, but I like going in with a plan, and the plan, is consistent, and I follow it precisely. So, but yeah, I'm very excited for Vertcoin, guys. I mean, I've been shilling it for months now, and I'm very happy for the Hedge family that has gotten in at 40 cents or under $1. So, it's following a precise channel. Let's see. So, yeah, NXT is waking up. I don't have any of that stuff. Ripple is consolidating a little bit, it looks like, before it has the next tooth up, which I think is going to be a pretty large tooth, which I'm excited for. So that's exciting. And then look at, Bitcoin is still rising. This is on the 4-hour chart. Still rising. It already broke out of 4,400. It broke out of this resistance right here. So we should be testing the highs in the next few days to a week, I believe. So, what is up, guys? What's up, Anthony? Nice to have you. What's my opinion on waves? We'll look at waves in a second. You'll buy Ripple if I buy NXT. Well, I'll see. I think I'm at the losing end of this agreement. I'll look at NXT. I guess I'll just have to look at NXT right now. Okay, let's make a deal. Look at Litecoin to the moon. Oh man, I'm so excited. I told you guys that I got back into my swing bag of Litecoin. You guys saw that in my live stream. It was a very short live stream. I was at the office. I bought back my bag at $51.20. And now it's at $52.62. So I'm glad I got back in. I'm glad I told you guys that I got back in. And I got back into Bitcoin. That same day I got into Bitcoin. I did a private live stream. I'll post my private live streams that I do at the Crypto Campus Club. I'll make them public after what I say in those private live streams comes true. So if you guys see a private live stream Crypto Campus Club, you guys can watch those. I'm gonna go make them public after this live stream. But let's go look at NXT real quick. Let's go here. Morse code, you are so loyal. You are always in my live streams, and I appreciate it. I mean, it was actually like a good amount of people that consistently come into the live stream, so I really appreciate it. You guys are the only reason why I keep coming back for Mo. Look at that spike in volume for NXT. Nice spike. See Ripple, on the on-balance volume for Ripple, it was descending pretty heavily. And it spiked up, just like NXT is doing right now. So, pretty interesting stuff, guys. Pretty interesting stuff. So I haven't looked at NXT at all. We're gonna quickly look at it. I'm gonna do this a quick little analysis. My computer's acting up too. The RSI is definitely diverging, heading upwards. I might have to get into this coin. It's still in oversold territory. NXT on the 4-hour. Let me pull up. We're gonna look at all time frames real quickly. Yeah, so there's been low volume. You can see a nice spike up right here. Nice spike up. I might actually get into this coin. Total divergence. Let me go to the one. This is actually the 1 day, guys. This is the 1 day. Yeah, I think that the first target for NXT would be right here. That's what I'm thinking, right here. Let me see. I think that NXT could test the highs. So the first target would be right here for NXT. Well, we have to obviously take into account this target right here for NXT. And then, this is what I'm looking at right there. Right there. I don't really know the fundamental side of NXT at all. Like, not even a little bit. I couldn't tell you. This is a 1 day. We're going to go to the 4 hour in a second to see where we stand. I'm going to make it... Can be a bad trade. Kyle Base is now saying he underestimated cryptocurrency and now is on board. Yes, you can send your LTC to Betrex, then sell that Litecoin for BTC, then take that Bitcoin to buy Ripple. Yeah, you can buy Ripple with Bitcoin. You can't buy it with Litecoin. Hearing those Twitter alerts go off on my phone, those are actually Blockfolio alerts going off. I set alerts all the time on Blockfolio if I'm not at the computer. Wish I could show up more, Crypto Hedge. Unfortunately, I work night shift at a hospital, and they would be pissed if I was watching your live stream and not working. No, I completely understand, Kevin. I completely understand. That's an important job. But I always post my live streams, so you guys can watch them. Asked for his view. They said he accepted that he was wrong to dismiss it early on. He said he failed to grasp the technology. Yeah, so Base is on board. What's his name? What's the guy? The Shark Tank guy? Oh, man. What's his name? I can't think of it. Joe Marshall, one of my loyal followers, is tweeting me right now. Let me see what he's saying. What's the Shark Tank guy's name? I can't think. Oh, gosh. It's the guy that... the Shark Tank guy. Whatever. I can't think of his name. So, right here, Kyle Base sounds off on worthless cryptocurrency, gold rushing guns. Now, I guess Kyle Base is back on board. Mark Cuban. Yeah, Mark Cuban. That's so funny. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, Joe Marshall just messaged me. Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was talking crap about cryptocurrencies, and now he's in the game. They're gonna get into the game, and they're gonna accept the fact that they cannot control Bitcoin. It's not controllable. So yeah. So let's look at this. Hold on 1 second, guys. So we can do a fib retracement as well on this puppy right here. I did a GAN-FAN on the Vertcoin. Hold on, let's see. I would do the retracement from... Yeah, look at that. It perfectly lined up. So, yeah, that would be my first goal right here. First target right here. First fib level would be like 3,000 sats. Not necessarily that level. But, yeah, we obviously have to take a lot into account right here. So, this would be the first goal would be 3,000 sats for NXT. I might hop into it on a small dip. Buy the dip. Let's see, real quick. Yeah, so that would be the first target. And then the second target would be right here. And then the third target would be at that level. So, yeah, I think NXT is waking up. I'll probably buy the dip for NXT and ride it and watch it closely. Let me go to the 4 hour real quick. And then I'm out of here. You see a nice spike in volume with NXT like we said. Actually, NXT is very overbought right now. As you guys can see on the 4 hour. Right here. So I'm gonna wait for a dip with NXT. Since it is in overbought territory. I think it needs to retrace a little bit. But once it does dip, I will be getting in. Because if you look, let's go look at the 1 week actually. So the 4 hours overbought. So I'll wait for a dip on NXT before getting in. I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to jump into this You know, I'm not gonna FOMO buy. That's something you don't do, is FOMO buy. Yeah, that's not good. Look at the divergence. Look at the divergence on the OBV. So, yeah, I think that, yeah, NXT could be definitely taking a run for its money up to the all-time high. We'll have to watch it closely. Like I said, I'm going to wait for a dip. Let me go to the 1 hour and see where I'm going to buy this dip. Because it's overbought on the 4 hour. It's overbought on the 1 hour. OBV is increasing steadily. You can see a nice reversal to the upside. Could actually continue to go up. Yeah, so my target to get into NXT would be around here, which actually just happened. Yeah, so NXT actually could start running up right now, but we can see a little bit of yeah, I think it's gonna head back down a little bit. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for it to drop back down to like 1750 sats. And then I'll ride the wave. Now, if I see that it's going to continue to go up and disregard the fact that it is overbought, because we already saw a little bit of a retracement here, it could very well just go right back up. So I'm going to watch this one closely. My target right here at 17K, I might get in for a swing on NXT, but it actually looks like it is starting to head back up, because we're seeing another bullish divergence on the 1 hour. So, gosh, I might have to get in right now. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. But I'm not gonna go. I probably won't go long on NXT. I'll probably just do it for a quick swing, and then I'll go buy me some more Litecoin. Some more Litecoin, totally, bro. But let's look at XRP. I want to look at XRP real quick before I go. Yeah, XRP, man. XRP. I'm so excited, man. I can't wait for these gains. I've already had a bunch of gains. I mean, I told you guys at 47 sats. This is literally where I told you guys to hop on the XRP train. Right there. Right at that level. So now we're really in profit territory. We hit this level right here, but I think that we're going to be hitting 8K. 8.4K. Sats, 84.73. And if we hit there, we will probably see a little bit of a retracement, but we'll have to watch it closely. I will definitely update you guys on a live stream if we do see a retracement. If we are going to see a retracement, because we very well could just pass right through this fib level and start testing the high. That's definitely a possibility, especially with the conference and stuff like that. I wouldn't doubt that. But my target for XRP right now is $1 XRP. $1 Ripple. Lumens is going up right now. Lumens is going to have bigger gains than Ripple. They always trade together. XLM market cap, much smaller. Stellar Lumens is a coin that I have bought before, but I've never held on to a long period of time. We'll go look at Stellar Lumens real quick. I'm not saving any of this. My thing is almost up, so Lumens. What is Stellar Lumens is we'll just go to Bittrex. See, I think Vertcoin is gonna start heading back up. I just told you guys that. Vertcoin looks good, in my opinion. I'm gonna make the live stream full screen so that it's a lot easier to see. Oh, there's my face. Oh. I like this better. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Lumens has had the highest volume. A lot of people like to say Lumens, Stellar Lumens is manipulated. Some people hate Lumens. I know Crypto News' channel hates Lumens for the time that I've seen them. Yeah, look at Lumens taking off. Wow. This isn't even, this is from, yeah, so this is 10.5. Right here we can see we're continuing to head up. Now, let's go to the 1 day real quick. Look at that, guys. Look at that. History repeats itself. Look at this. Look at that volume spike for Lumens. Wow. I'm kind of like shocked right now. I might have to get into this. So look at that. So the month of May, we saw the big bull run and then the crash. And all the alts were crashing. You could scalp and get little profits on the way down, but yeah, so Lumens went up, Ripple went up around this same exact time period. Let's look at the percentage-based growth of that. That's why I'm saying, guys, we're entering into a big bull market. I'm feeling it. $12,000 Bitcoin. You heard it here first. So if anyone starts telling you $12,000 Bitcoin, tell them, nah, Crypto Hedge said that. Nah, I'm just playing, guys. Yeah, so it looks like NXT is continuing to head up. It's not going to stop for right now, but I'll get into those trades later. XRP looks like it's going to start heading up again. Let's go look at Stellar Lumens. Man, so let's look at this, actually. I think we already went over this. So if we were to compare it, 511%. 511%. Or that's actually like 600%. So if we were going to see the exact same scenario happen again, like history repeating itself, like it always does, even in the stock market. Oh man. Oh man. Look at that. So 38K sats. That would be insane. That would be insane. That's the third scenario. So hitting 8K and just dying off is a scenario. Hitting the all-time high and dying off is a scenario. Or, you know, going up to 38K sats is a scenario. But let's go look at Lumens. XLM. Bitcoin doesn't look like it's stopping. I don't know where this went. I lost my window. Alright, we'll just go there. I'm gonna check out the chat box. I know I haven't been looking at it. Banks are gonna jump into Bitcoin to get BTC gold, probably. Unicoin. I know people were talking about Unicoin in my private group, but I don't have any of that. Looking to trade it though, yeah, I'm not a fan of. Look at the volume of Lumens. That's insane. Look at that volume and compare it to over here. That's just insane, guys. Wow. That's insane. This is the one day. It's getting into it's becoming overbought quite fast. Wow, that was a trade I wish I was in. Look at that, guys. Should have known it was coming. It's like it's so hard. There's so many cryptocurrencies. It's like, how am I supposed to track every single one of them? You know what I mean? Look at the on-balance volume. Like, that's that's so funny. Like, what the hell? What is that? That is crazy. I have to change the settings. I usually have default settings for my indicators, but I'm just looking at them. Look at this divergence. I might have to get into this. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I might have to get into this. Well, I look forward to seeing how high Litecoin can go over the next few years. I think Litecoin is going to have a lot of growth, and it's been lagging behind. Especially this year, it has had the smallest amount of growth out of the top 5. But I am a firm believer in the tech, and I think the technology is going to be the winner. And you can see right here on this article, I want a superior tech right here. So this is the best sentence of this article. I'll save your time. Where is the sentence start? That is a run-on ass sentence. Matthew Goetz, a former Goldman Sachs vice president and co-founder of Block Tower Capital, a Connecticut-based crypto hedge fund, recently told Business Insider that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are technologies like any other, and as a result are susceptible to being usurped by a digital currency with superior tech. So this guy's basically saying that Bitcoin might not be the granddaddy coin forever, which I think it probably will, but we're in a time period where superior tech is going to win. What coins have superior tech? Vertcoin, Litecoin, possibly Dash or Ripple. So that's a really, I mean, this is something to think of. And I don't really know anything about Lumens. I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it. I don't know anything about it. But it looks like it's definitely heading up, and I might have to chase this. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think that we are totally seeing a total bullish divergence. I should have seen it coming. I really should have. Like, I feel really dumb right now. But I'm happy I'm in Ripple, because I think, you know, it being an established top cap coin, I know Stellar Lumens has been up on the charts. I know that. I understand that. So I might have to buy the dip for, if there is going to be a dip, for Lumens, because it's definitely not overbought. Gosh, but the one hour is overbought right now. Golly, man. I will post on Twitter if I get into this thing on the 1 week. This is kind of looking like XRP. On-balance volume is continuously rising. On the 1 hour for Stellar Lumens, we are not overbought. Yeah, I'm gonna get into this. So after this live stream, I'll get in. I will look at the indicators after if we're gonna see a dip, but it doesn't look too much like we're gonna see a dip. Yeah, if you could actually probably pop into this coin right now and take a quick scalp. You know, take a quick gain and then get out. Man, I'm disappointed. Should have been in this. Haven't looked at the charts like all day today. I looked at the charts all day last night. All last night. Wow. Man. But the 4 hour is overbought, so I really do think we have to see some sort of retracement for Stellar Lumens before we move higher. For sure, I really do think that. So I'm probably gonna wait till we see a retracement. I'm gonna wait for it to settle a little bit, but we're seeing a little bit of a divergence on the RSI on the 4 hour, even though it's in overbought territory. So it could start going up still for a little while. I'm probably gonna test. I think Stellar will probably test this right here. It's gonna test that. Oh, what happened? It's gonna test this right here, and I think that it's going to retrace a little bit, possibly down to like 372 sats, maybe 422 sats. We'll have to watch it. I'll post it on Twitter. But we are seeing a divergence on the RSI for the 4 hour. I think it's just going to hit the top right here. Maybe up here at this level. I haven't even done a fib retracement on it. And then I think we'll see a little bit of a pullback because of the 4 hour being so overbought. Very overbought. And then I might get in. So it's definitely on my watch list. Stratus woke up today too. I did get into a position with Stratus. I have my target set. Finally, Stratus wakes up. I mean, you can look at Strat. Now, I'm going to tune out after this. I'll talk to you guys in the chat box briefly. How long have I been on live for? An hour and 43 minutes. Holy crap. Time flies. So the volume is increasing for Stratus. And like I said, this is May. May, we saw the big bull run. I think we were anticipating another big bull run for Stratus. It found support here. But I have my target set. And I'll post on Twitter as well. But I think that Stratus is starting to wake up. And NXT is starting to wake up. Stellar Lumens is waking up. It looks like we're in May again. So this is exciting stuff, guys. Alright guys, I am going to be tuning out. Thank you for tuning in for this excessively long live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I hope you guys are excited for the next moves for cryptocurrencies. And also, I hope you guys have a great next week. I'll be tuning in for a live stream soon. I'll see you guys later.